So why do the symptoms keep coming back? The anxiety, the headaches, the stress, fatigue, the pain in certain parts of your body, the high blood pressure. Why does it just keep coming back, even though you may be doing the EFT tapping, maybe doing the breath work, you're doing the exercise, maybe even getting therapy, but it still feels like every now and then the symptoms just keep coming back. And whatever you're doing, the EFT tapping just feels like it's more like it just manages it. It calms it down. And then the next day or a couple of days, it just flares up again. So this video is going to answer that question, particularly in EFT tapping. So it's important to understand there's really two types or approaches with EFT tapping. The first one is what I call emergency or urgent EFT. This is the one most people are practicing. So, if you're triggered, if you're anxious, you get pain, and then you do the tapping. So the symptoms have flared up, you feel agitated, you feel unstable, and you tap, 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 and you bring yourself back down. You calm yourself down a bit, maybe the headache goes away, and then you stop tapping, right? And then a few days down the track or tomorrow, maybe something else triggers you, and then you tap and bring it down, right? So that's what I call emergency or urgent style EFT. And that works at bringing you back to baseline. But the other style actually goes a lot deeper because we are actually addressing the dormant, unprocessed emotions, traumas, memories, feelings that are still stored in the system, in the brain, in the nervous system. So I call this calm EFT, basically meaning when you're in a more stable state, this is actually a really good time to go into deeper work, processing old emotions, processing things that you haven't dealt with yet, maybe old grief, maybe old sadness, things like that, which tend to store inside the system until at some point they're addressed, processed through a variety of means. So these are the two differences. And calm EFT is basically when you're going to get much deeper and produce effects where you're not constantly getting triggered and then tapping down. If you address the deeper stored unprocessed emotions, is you're going to have a lot less triggers active in your system, right? And how to do this. So this is actually where you need training, right? You need to understand how to approach things like memories. You need to understand, how do I approach potential trauma? How do I approach uncomfortable feelings, unprocessed emotions from the past? You can do it through training. You can do it through working with practitioners one-on-one. You can do it with an experienced EFT practitioner as well. So you need a little bit more training, a little bit more guidance, because it's a little bit more technical. It's a little bit more personal than just feeling anxious, feeling pain, and then tapping down. So these are the two big differences. And what I've found working with hundreds and hundreds of people and through my own experience is the calm EFT approach is the long-term solution. That's the one that produces the best results. You're not just putting out fires all the time. You're actually going deep and you're actually processing things at a deeper level. So then, life, you can actually move on. You can move into new experiences, new feelings, rather than being so reactive and putting fires out all the time. So that's the main reason the symptoms keep coming back, is that what you're likely doing is you're just managing, putting out the fires of the symptoms, and you're not practicing the calm EFT by going deeper into the other aspects of the mind that haven't been addressed yet. So if you want to know how to do this, if you want to go deeper with your EFT, then I have an EFT practitioner level training. I run it a few times a year. There's one open right now. We close it on the 8th of February or the 7th of February next week. And so there'll be a link connected to this video if you want to check that out. If you want to take your EFT a bit more seriously, if you want to address these issues on a more long-term way, long-term solution, then check that out. So hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if you've got any questions below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.